So how can we feel safe and comfortable and free alone in the wilderness? It is our birthright as humans, as children of this earth, to really feel comfortable and be able to enjoy ourselves in the forest and to continue to, regularly connect to the land and to all that lives in these wild spaces. Like, we have to do this so that we can remember what it really means to be a human. We can remember what it really means to be a part of nature and this earth. And so in this video, I'm gonna share with you just 2 really essential pieces of advice you can allow yourself to begin to feel comfortable and free and relaxed and really enjoy your time in the forest alone. Oh, I'm Sandler. Welcome to my channel. I'd love to stay connected. You can subscribe, please. And let's talk about how to feel at peace while alone in the big bad woods. I feel like I feel really comfortable because I've grown up camping my whole life. It just feels natural to me to be in the wilderness. But for you, maybe you've never really gone camping. And so what I would recommend for you is to slowly normalize nature, and it is an innate part of you. So, it won't be that hard, but just start slowly easing into it, going to a trail, being very aware of your surroundings and the lay of the land so that you don't get into a scary situation where you feel like you're lost. Going into a wild place like camping, going backpacking, but with a friend, with someone that you trust and who maybe is more well-versed and comfortable with the wilderness, can really help you just get used to it in a really safe container. Because essentially what you need to do is tell your body, tell your nervous system, tell yourself and show yourself that you are safe when you are alone in the wild, that there is nothing to fear. And we'll get into more of that later, which of course, there are other wild creatures, but you need to continue to build this trust in the wilderness, this trust in the earth and nature, that, you are safe and that whatever you may encounter, you can survive. So shifting your mindset by normalizing the wilderness. And then the second part and piece of advice I have for you is to learn those real skills that will make you feel comfortable, because you'll be confident that if you got lost, you would survive. Learning how to build a fire, learning how to make a shelter, learning how to understand the signs of nature, knowing what it feels like when a storm is coming or it's about to rain, starting to know the different plants and animals that are where you live, so that when you are on a trail and you're alone, you're never really alone, because there's nettle, there's the cedar tree, like you have all these friends with you. Say you are stranded, lost, alone in the woods, you can also have food that is edible and accessible to you, because you can identify what food is safe to eat. It's really helpful to bring a couple things with you into the wilderness, and depending on where you are and who you are, this might change. First thing would be a weapon of choice. So this really depends if you go all out and bring a gun if you're able to where you are. But for me, I usually just carry a knife with me, and this is also helpful, if you wanted to harvest something that you find. A really awesome way to start to learn, the trees and the plants and the creatures that live here is to bring with you a field guide of wherever you live. Like, I live in Pacific Northwest of what we call Canada. Getting either an edible guide, medicinals, or just all, the plants, mushrooms, trees that grow there, and slowly starting to get to know them and identify them. Of course, whenever you're out in nature, you want to still be comfortable, you don't have to be a minimalist. I'll always bring with me a bag that has everything that makes me feel comfortable, ranging from like lip balm to just a giant bottle of water, and like an extra pair of socks, like a little blanket or a towel to sit on. Maybe you want to bring books with you, or a journal to write on. I love bringing like little oracle cards. Key with comfort when you're in the wilderness is to layer up, right? So wear tons of layers, so no matter what the weather is, you're ready. Maybe you also want rain gear, and like, you don't need to bring this all with you every time, but if you want to spend an afternoon in the wilderness really getting comfortable, I love just sitting somewhere. It's great to hike around and really see the sights of what's happening, but it's really a profound way to connect deeply with the land is to, just sit like I am here and just listen and watch and connect and relax. And again, this is going to really show your body that it's safe to just be in the wilderness. And I would say as you ease into getting used to the wilderness and learning these skills, then maybe give yourself kind of like an initiation, like do a solo night in the wilderness. And of course, take safety precautions, make a whole experience out of it, testing your skills of making a fire, testing your skills of making a shelter, and then enjoying this time really connecting with the earth and connecting with yourself without very much technology or distraction or modern world comforts, and really prove to yourself that, yeah, I can survive in the wilderness and I am just a wild being of this earth, and this is who I am. I'm connected to these raw elements. I'm connected to this wild part of me. Yes, there are ticks, there are spiky things, and depending on where you live, there could be, grizzly bears, and where I am, there's occasionally cougars, but thankfully, like this small island I live on, there's not a lot of predators. Like, educate yourself. Like, there are ways to scare off bears and cougars and wild animals. Remember that this is an innate part of you, that you are a wild creature just like that grizzly bear and that you have the ability to learn this. No matter where you grew up, no matter where you came from, you are, a being of this earth, and it is possible for you to rewild yourself and reconnect to this truly human part of you. That's all I want to share in this video. But if you have any questions, or if you'd like to just share in the comments how you have shifted your relationship with the wilderness and how you have overcome this fear that I know so many of us have of being alone in the woods, in the forest, in the wilderness, please comment below and throw me a like if you're also a forest fairy who loves to just like hang out alone. Well, not really alone, loves to hang out with the trees and the ferns and the mushrooms and all the beautiful wild beings that live in the forest. And let me know if you want me to share more about this topic. I'm happy to share some of the actual skills that I was talking about. Yeah, I have lots of knowledge in this area, so I'd love to share it with you if it interests you. I hope that perhaps this video just inspires you to go to your local forest. Yeah, like even if you don't go on a giant wilderness excursion, I hope this video inspires you to return to the earth in whatever way feels the best for you. I'm sending lots of, beautiful cedar energy your way, and thank you so much for watching. Till next time.